Alright, so still on the trace here. If you're just joining us, please like and subscribe our channel. If you are into traveling and finding new things, we are at a place called Grindstone Ford, I believe. Don't know anything about it because I have no coverage out here, so I didn't get to do my 5-minute cheat research. But from what the sign said, it separates where the Choctaw Indians and the Natchez Indians separated land. And I'm in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. And I stumbled upon these. But that's just weird. Born 1816. Died 1854. And now I don't see a trail. Died 1864, age 78. No one here to visit them. And 1823 to 1852. Rest in peace, my friends. So I don't know where to go from here. Clearly that's not a path I want to take. So maybe that's why Grindstone Ford. It said it was a nearby water mill, but man, you never know where you're gonna end up. I see no water mill. And oh wow, there's more. I just saw those. There's another one. There's graves everywhere. In the middle of the Natchez Trace. Guys, if you just do a little research, if you ever feel like, I can't express to you how odd this is because, okay, I missed a little trail. This is federally protected land, but this is in the middle of nowhere. 1843. Well, these are misplaced. Well, I'm wearing pants, so I guess poison ivy won't get me. 1848. Wow. Just everywhere. 1822. Wow. 200-year-old grave. I cannot read that. The path seems to end. I don't see a water mill. Have a little bit of daylight left. And we were going to go to the ruins. So who's explored today? Leave me a comment. Tag me. Leave me a comment. And oh, here's a trail. And let me know where you have gone today in your travels, as I might go do the same. So that'd be cool. Let's see what this sign says. Daniel Burnett's stand. Stood near here, Burnett was Speaker of the Territorial House of Representatives, a principal negotiator with the Choctaws, and a framer of the state constitution, but his stand was unpretentious. His gift, I can barely see this. Supped on mush and milk in a room filled with their own gear and Burnett's supplies, excuse me. From here you may follow their path along the trace to Grindstone Ford. Well, this isn't exactly an easy path, but we'll see what this Grindstone's about. That's the fun of this, you know. I have no idea where I'm at. I'm in the middle of nowhere. So I got attacked by a wild animal or something, I'm screwed. But got my trusty Gatorade. And so yeah, I have no idea where this goes. Just more it's like the Blair Witch. Pretty scenery though, but it's a little eerie being out here by yourself. But that's the cool stuff that you find in your own backyard, so to speak. It's not my own backyard, but you know what I mean. In my state. So I don't know how long this trail goes, or if I want to be like the gentleman that they just referenced 200 years ago and follow this path that's seemingly going nowhere. And the path is starting to end. When you do these excursions, obviously rattlesnakes and moccasins and whatnot are prevalent. Cottonmouth especially. So I'm just walking aimlessly. I gotta remember my path. So yeah, this takes me into the opening of nowhere. Still beautiful, but I'm expecting Bigfoot to come out at any moment. Here's another path. And here's another path. Man, I'm gonna get lost. I see a clearing over here. Let's see. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. All right, so that's the, we found it together. Wow, look how old this is. So this must have been his home. Or, yeah, Grindstone Ford. Let's take a look back at this. Yeah, you can see, I guess this was a home. It doesn't really say, it just says it was, it marked the territory difference between the Choctaw and the Natchez Indians. By the way, it's 98 degrees today. out here with a heat index of like 107. So give you kind of an idea of the elements. But that's cool. I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere, so you can kind of put yourself back in time. Imagine late 1700s, and when this was becoming a settlement. And of course, tensions still between the white man and the Native Americans. It's always fascinating, man, when you just think all of this bloodshed and everything that took place here. It's gotta be remarkable. I'm seeing if I see a water mill. But I don't see anything. So we did find Grindstone Ford though. There's a mound right next to us as well. There's 3 Indian burial mounds to my knowledge in the state of Mississippi, and I remember that from history. And this, I mean, yeah, it doesn't look like a home could have been here, so I'm not really. Oh, and that's some type of, I don't really know what that is. But, so this must have been more or less like a barrier between the two. I guess to keep separated land. I don't know. But the fun part's getting our way back. So yeah, that's Grindstone Ford. And I don't know where we are. This is, I guess, would be Port Gibson, Mississippi, possibly. And I'm probably missing something really cool. But you gotta gauge time and gauge sensibility. So we'll head on back. It's probably a half a mile walk. I know there was a fork over here. I prefer taking the other. So I'll have to go through that brush again, which is notorious for snakes. Snakes don't bother me, but when you're in the middle of nowhere and you get bit by a venomous snake, depending on the snake, obviously shit can go wrong with no medical attention anywhere near. So where did it fork off? I did remember seeing a fork. So again, guys, thanks for joining me on the video. You're watching me, the Me channel, Mississippi Explorer. And we're going to venture off into other states, do some other cool things as the channel grows. Possible sponsorships with Harley or Indian or whoever wants to, you know, get involved. So it looks like where did the graves go? Did we pass the graves? Well, just ran flat into a spider. So I missed my turn, obviously, because we did not pass the grave. See, you can get lost easily in the woods. Luckily, see this, which my bike should be at. Yeah, there it is. All right, so we started to the left of my bike. Just made a big circle. So that's Grindstone Ford. Just so I didn't butcher it, of course, I have no signal out here. So, for all my history nerds, yes, I'm kind of hot. All right. This ford marked the beginning of the wilderness of the Choctaw Nation and the end of the old Natchez district. Nearby Fort Deposit was a supply depot for troops clearing the trace in 1801 and 1802. Troops were assembled here during the Burr Conspiracy, allegedly separate the western states from the Union. The site takes its name from a nearby watermill. Maybe that was the watermill. I don't know. Just says the trail to your left takes you to the old Chase and Grindstone Ford. I don't know what a Grindstone Ford is. That's weird. Maybe that was part of the watermill. I don't know. Most watermills were wooden. So, all right, off to the mound. See you in a bit.